together and feel alright. Hear the children crying, hear the children crying, saying let some praise to the Lord, and I will feel. Hey. Daddy, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sure, Charlie. That's what we need as a country. One love, one heart. To stand firm as a country. You understand? We're about to vote. And I know this year election is a little bit different, Charlie. Other parties want to win, other parties, NPP, NDC, GUM, this thing. But we should remember that we are one people in one nation. One people in one nation. We are all blacks. You understand? Stonebwoy, I remember one of Stonebwoy's songs. This song. Tell me where we gonna run, go. After making our motherland a better place to live. Tell me where we gonna run, go. But them say we have to pay for the oxygen we breathe. You understand? So if there is war in this country, where are we running to? We're US. Do we even have visa? We don't have visa. You understand? So we should forget about power and fight for love. What you think about love, you think about peace, not about power. You understand? Because at first, there were no borders, but a white man came here and they divided us. Now we have borders, border to Togo and other stuff. We were one people. Africans were one people until the white man came here. Understand? So for me, I know some part of history. I'm not saying I know much about history, about our history, but at least I know something about history. That is what we have to implement in our schools. That is what we have to implement in our schools. You understand? History should be a main course in our school. From JSS to SHS to university. We should learn history. We should know where we come from. We should know our roots. Omali said it. Emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our mind. Okay, so let me tell you some briefly about some small history, Charlie. So we were all here in Ghana. I will say we. If I say we, our ancestors were here in Ghana. And in Africa here, let's say in Africa as a continent, we had everything here. We had everything, Charlie. Adriani beer, every food. We had every food in this country. We have every food in Africa here. We were wealthy. We were rich. Being its culture, being its money, anything, whatever. We were rich here. Food, everything. And then, you know, if someone is comfortable, the person don't think ahead. Like, don't think to get something. But if you are hungry, now you get the mind to work or to find the various ways to find something to eat. You understand? So the white people were not privileged to get what we had. I say we had because we don't have it now. Even though we have it now, we still don't own it. You understand? So the white people planned. They decided to do what? Go across the world, like to go around the world to know what is happening in the world, because they can't stay in their zone. Because they're not comfortable. They don't have food. They don't have anything to eat. So therefore, they had to move across until they discovered Africa. They discovered this land from other Africa. You know, this land is a land that when the white man saw this, like, was like, no, these people are rich. They were even afraid of us. But when they came, Charlie, our mom who said our minds are small, even though we had IQ that are even far better than theirs. So they came here with a mind of trading, but that wasn't the mind. That is what we don't know. It wasn't just about trading. It was about process. It was about process, because before the white man would do anything, he plans ahead. So he was planning what will happen in 200 years time or 300 years. You understand? So they started. It's a process, like you going for something, or you planning like football, like this formation 4-3-3, and then you start with the 4-3-3. You understand? So it was a process with the trading, but that wasn't their intention. I'm telling you why we need peace here, but that wasn't their intention. Their intention was to rule Africa, was to rule Ghana, was to rule Nigeria, was to rule Liberia, everywhere. That was their intention. So they started with trading. It was, at first it was, give me gold, I'll give you gunpowder. Give me bauxite, I'll give you mirror and other stuff. That was the intention. They were just testing our mind, and later they moved it to slavery. And then for the slavery, you see, they were going across the world. They were going around the world to find places that they will be comfortable, to find places that they can get things to make their country rich. So they therefore went to South America, North America, that Brazil there, that place there. And those places, the land was fertile. It was fertile. Like, you could plant things, and whatever that you plant there, Charlie, in meantime, it grows early. So therefore, they had to use. There were Red Indies there who were also working on the land, like who the white people used to work for them. But then the Red Indies, they didn't have that much strength to work on that land. So I'm telling you why they started the slave trade. This is one of the reasons. So they came to Africa, they were trading with us, and they saw how our men were working hard. They were like, no, we need these people to work on our land. We need these black people. You see, black signifies, it signifies like you being strong, black. The word black, if you're a black man, just be proud to be black. Black melanin. The white man can never have this melanin that we have. So therefore, they had to beat our intelligence by now trading in slave. So we started with the slave trade. And this slave trade, Charlie, it wasn't easy. Slave trade in Africa, it wasn't easy. They started, our people got involved. The leaders in our country who were supposed to stand by us, who were supposed to fight for us, some, I didn't say all, some were selfish, greedy. So therefore, people were selling their children, especially the male children, because they were strong, they were fit for the work of South America, those Brazil, those other Jamaica and other places. The slave trade didn't happen like maybe 10 years or something. More than 10 years. If you don't know your history, I think it will be more than 200 years there. Slave trade. So today, if our country is like this, it does not mean that we can't. Yes, we can. because they started to build their country almost 300 years ago. But look at Ghana. We are 60 something years. And we say we can't. Yes, we can. But all we need is unity. We should be one. So let's get back to history. And then they came here, they're trading, slavery. And this slave, if you like, they just tell us something that we think is normal. I said, slaves, I say, you're more wicked, we did this to them, we treated them bad, we were doing this to them. Charlie, you don't know what they went through, what they seriously went through. Go to the Cape Coast Castle. I just want you guys to just go and check the place. Like, people are in Ghana here, citizens in Ghana here, they don't even know their history, they don't even know what happened to their forefathers. But then, our forefathers were one people. They fought for us. Even though some didn't fight for us, some were greedy as a human being. Still, they fought for us. All we need to do now is to continue their legacy. You understand? See, anytime I talk to people about the history, I feel so sad. Because this is something that happened. This is not just a myth or something. It's something that is real, something that happened. You know, when the white men came here, the chiefs and other people were selling their slaves to them as slaves, because we were having slaves. We were having, like, but the slave wasn't like the way the white people were treated. We were having slaves here in Ghana. People like the kings in Ghana had slaves who worked for them, but they didn't treat them like the way the white men were treating them. So they were using those slaves. They sold those slaves to the white man, and also other families sold their relatives and other people to the white people. But before they would even leave Ghana to the other world or other parts of the world, Charlie, it wasn't easy here. I just want you guys to listen. I just want you guys to download this song from Bob Marley, Redemption Song. Bob Marley was a true legend. He spoke to us through music. He prophesied things through music, but we didn't listen, like, we didn't get the message. But some people, if you just listen to most of his song, well, you get a message very well. You understand? So, Redemption Song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, but none but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. But won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had is a redemption song. We should redeem our song. We should be free. We should be free. But Marley said, old pirates, yes, they rob I. Who are the old pirates? The white people, the old pirates. Yes, they rob I. They rob we, the Africans. I means we, the Africans. They robbed I. They took our gold and gave us gunpowder. This is scam. They took everything from us. Old pirates, yes, they robbed I. Sold I to the merchant ship. Sold I to the merchant ships. They sold we to the merchant ships. Merchant trading. To the ships that will send it to places to work for them, whilst we will be able to work on our own land. They sold I to the merchant ships. They brought their ships at the coastal areas. Those ships were used to carry slaves to other parts of the world. Sold I to the merchant ship. Minutes after they took I. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. You don't know what happened. Like, this is a song that talks about the history from the bottomless pit. Before our kings, or after our kings sold the slaves to them, like the black people to them, over thousands of slaves to them, they had to keep them here for some time before they can send them to the ships to take them to other parts of the world. So they have to be in this bottomless pit. Talk about bottomless pit. There is no air for them. It's just a pit, like ice a bula, you know bula. You understand? There's no air for them. They put all of them inside like sardine. And when it's time to feed them, they just. Did you know how to feed it? Did you know how they feed the chickens and other stuff, the hens and other stuff? Do you know how they feed them? They just come, and this is the pit, and they just put the food on them. So if you get something to eat, they just sprinkle water on them. That's what they do. The bottomless pit. And then you know how they chain them. The slaves were linked together so that none of them can run. So they will pierce through their hand from here, more than Jesus Christ. Here. To join like this. Near their boom. Pierce through the chains. To the other person, to the next person. So you can run. Their legs the same way. Look at the pain that they went through. Look at the pain that they went through. Some didn't survive. Some weren't strong. Some didn't have that heart. It wasn't like they weren't strong. But at this year, better than a quad year. Yeah. So why shouldn't we be one people? Why? If this is what they did to our forefathers, why? We should make them proud. We should make them proud because they really suffered for us. Before they sent them to the ship, and inside the ship it wasn't easy there. People died. People died. And when they died, they threw them in the sea. When they died, they threw them just away. They threw them away in the sea, like they are of no use. And we see that party, just NDC and MPP, want to suppress this love that we had, this love that our grandfathers, our forefathers had for us. No, it will never happen. Power can never control love. Love controls power. We shouldn't let power control our love. We should let our love control power. Forget about who becomes the president of Ghana. Forget about which party becomes. Forget about which party wins. We still move as a nation. Forget about which party you are. Forget about whatever that you are. Just let it be in your mind that we are one people. We are all from Africa here. We are African. We are different. We can't stay in other countries. We have to stay in our own country. If there is war here, where are we moving to? If there is war, I'm just asking, where are you moving to? But the leaders ask me. Their sons and daughters are in the United States Stadium. We are here. And then we fight. We have no food to eat, but still we fight for people. No. We shouldn't be like that. We should think about how this country will move forward. rather than what fighting, or rather than bringing war to this country, because war is not an easy thing. If you look at the First World War, Second World War, yeah, Charlie, just read something about it and you know that the war in this country. Do you know the meaning of war? So I just pray for peace. I stand for peace. I stand for love. I stand for unity. And I know that with all these mentioned, Ghana will be a better place to live. But I want you, before I leave, I want you guys to subscribe to this page, this account here, Kiki underscore GH underscore space GH. Yeah, you have to subscribe to it, because I'll be telling you more